A good Yom Tov, l'chaim, l'chaim.
There's verbeißen on the table. Everyone could eat a little bit and be quiet. Shkoyach.
Al derech wie Rav Raskin told over that b'didei have a uvda that he was here. Shmini Atzeres Tovshin Lamed Ches, and he was standing on the pyramids over there. So I was standing right by the Aron Kodesh and watching what was going on and noticing how the Rebbe's face became completely white, pale. The Rebbe was perspiring, geschwitzt, and wiping his face. Until he asks for the chair to sit down. And as everybody has probably read and heard the details, and also that the following morning at 5 a.m. was a much more severe heart attack, Rachmana litzlan. My uncle Rabbi Gronner, Olav Shalom, told my father that if the Olam would know how the matzav was at 5 a.m. in the morning, wollt men ausgetrunken die ganze Maschke von der ganzen Welt. Anyway, bottom line is, it's a Rosh Chodesh Kislev, Mashgocha Pratis, and the Rebbe, there's no question, the Rebbe chose that the day Rosh Chodesh Kislev should be this day from the Rebbe's Refuah. So I think it's in the Sikh of the first Shabbos Mevorchim after Yud Shvat Tovshin Yud. So dacht sich mir. And the Rebbe is mevayed that the day of Rosh Chodesh is a day, it's a Yom Chol, it's not Shabbos or Yom Tov, Mutter b'melacha. But von deswegen we say Hallel. So the Nekuda, just the Nekuda, the Rebbe says that Rosh Chodesh is azovi amemutze, and the Inyan of Rosh Chodesh is l'mayla min hateva in teva. That's what the day of Rosh Chodesh is. It's interesting to know that Rosh Chodesh Kislev is the only Rosh Chodesh. That's not the only. Yeah, Rosh Chodesh Kislev and Rosh Chodesh Sivan never fall out on Shabbos, but Rosh Chodesh Sivan is always only one day. Rosh Chodesh Kislev could be 2 days like this year, and even when Rosh Chodesh Kislev is 2 days, it never falls on Shabbos. And the Rebbe's Masbedin from Rosh Chodesh, it's a Yom Chol, Nishkin Shabbos, Nishkin Yom Tov. It's l'mayla min hateva in teva. Chodesh Kislev is Chodesh of Nisan, as the Rebbe writes and says in many sichos, writes in many michtavim in Igros Kodesh, the Chodesh for Nisan, the Nes von Chanukah, the Rebbe's Masber also. As says l'mayla min hateva in teva, as the Rebbe's Masber. Why we have 8 days, the ganze Bier von Rebbe. Nimna hanimno is not going to go and be meilig in it, but the day of Rosh Chodesh Kislev b'myuchad l'mayla min hateva and teva, and this is what we see in the Rebbe's Hanhoge, and especially from that day on. There were those who said on that day of Shmini Atzeres v'ani b'soichom b'schatoy ani maskir, that who knows what's going to be. We heard stories by the Friedrich Rebbe how the doctors were magbil so much. The Hanhoges of the Friedrich Rebbe, what's going to be with the Rebbe? But B'Poel we saw as the years went on The Rebbe did things after Rosh Chodesh Kislev Tafshin Lamed Ches more than ever before. So the Indian of Rosh Chodesh Kislev, as the Rebbe is gesund, and everybody has heard. Everybody has heard B'Shas we danced here in 770 right here. On the night of Simchas Torah, mit getanzt, the Rebbe is gesund. Mit getanzt besimcha, because the Rebbe said that if we're going to dance besimcha and he'll hear the simcha, that's going to strengthen him and make him gesund. Von deswegen, of course, it was chedvot kia b'liboy misitra da v'chulu. And the Rebbe is gesund. I heard from my father, Olav Shalom, that once by a Farbrengen of the Friedrich Rebbe, a Yid, a Kohen, said to the Friedrich Rebbe, as wenn ich duchen, the erste Sache is, ich hab dem Rebbe in Sinnen. That when he duchens, he has the first one in mind is the Rebbe. So the Friedrich Rebbe had geantwortet, he said on that, Avade, also, al derech de Loshen, Avade, as the copies are gesund, is the ganze Guf gesund. That's what the Friedrich Rebbe answered. He's talking about himself. If the head is healthy, the whole body is healthy. It's also well known in all of those days how the Rebbe, insisting in staying here in 770, the Rebbe not wanting that the Chassidim should be down, and the Rebbe upbeat and positive in every single thing, and Anoifim von Tracht gut wird sein gut. So I want to reflect a little bit, and all the letters of the Rebbe B'negeh the Inyan, when there is a chash in a person's gesund, as the Rebbe demands that there has to be the Inyan of bitochen v'chulu. I want to share two short letters, one from the Rebbe and one from the Tzemach Tzedek. The Rebbe writes a letter, this is in Chelik. Thank. This is in Chelik, Zayin, Igris Kodesh. I found this letter because when my father became unwell, seriously, and I wrote a letter and put it in the Igris, this is the letter that I opened to. And the Rebbe says, Azoi, b'maynal michtovim yud zayin siven. It's addressed Chof Aleph Siven Tavshin Yud Gimel. B'maynal michtovim yud zayin siven. I don't have to translate, right? Lashon HaKodesh, don't have to translate. Hinei nivhalti likrois hascholosoi. Asher koshe eloi ma'oid chulu v'chulu. Ubahad kafshid rachmon olam eloch. Ubema shemaitik divrei harambam. Asher ein HaKadosh Baruch Hu oise neis yoytze miderech hateva leish proti. Hinei במוחש ראינו ניסים יועצים מדרך הטבע גם לאנושים פרוטים ובפרט בשונים האחרונוס ובפרט בעניינים התלויים בכל הגוף שכמה וכמה פעמים תוהו בזה לאחרי כל הבדיקס וכל זה נוסף על זה שמיום ליום משחדשים תרופות חדשות אלא שמוכרח הדבר ואי אפשר בלאו הכי לחזק ההתקשרות עם השם יתברך הרופא כל בשר ומפליא לעשות ואין המיקרו in גנזן הפיסלח gesagt in quotation marks ואין המיקרו והסנישכן פוסק זה הברוכה ואין המיקרו יוצא מדי פשוטוי שהוא מפליא לעשות בפועל ממש לאדם פרטי והוראי על זה כיוון שכל אחד בפרט מברך ברוכה זו והעריכוס בזה אך למייסר והלוואי שלא היו מקיימים העניין the Yosef Das Chulu. The Rebbe always said a person should not be ma'ayin in the negative aspect of the Indian of the Nicht-Gesundheit. Bekiyoytze bezeh, v'toiv yoyse lekayim, maimer azal, she'ein bal hanes makir b'nisoy. Moving shekol hanal, einoi shoylel klal, hasvore shetzorich lo das, chavos das, al kol ponim shel shnei roifim b'miktzoi hazeh, וחבס דאס בנגי לפעולס וכידוע מיימר הצמח צדק שהתוירו אימרס שיש רשוס לרויף ולרפויס אבל לא יחס ושולם לגרוים מורוש חיירה חולו. Okay, that's the Rebbe's letter. Here's a letter from the, and I thought it's Chelik Zayin Igros Kodesh. Here's a letter from the Tzemach Tzedek, a few lines only of the letter from the Tzemach Tzedek. It's in the Igros Kodesh, which is the Alter Rebbe, the Mittel Rebbe, and the Tzemach Tzedek, the first volume which came out then. And here what the Tzemach Tzedek is writing to, he writes, Ahuvi mechutoni. It says here, Reb Shloime Freides. Sagt der Tzemach Tzedek, Tsar li ma'oid, me'asher hevanti b'michtovoi zeh, Goydel ha-makosei lifamim b'inyin heder briyosoi. V'im lekoili yishma yisrachek mizeh ad ktsei ho'achroin mamish lehasiach daitoi legamri v'yiftach b'chastei Hashem yishlach dvoroi v'yirpo'ehu b'vadai mirtz Hashem. כי על ידי המקוסוי בזה מקלקל את עצמי ביודעים הן בגשמיס כי ידוע בבירור גמור בחוש ובניסוין ממש והן ברוחניס חולו. And now listen to these words. והביטוחן בהשם הוא מסיר הקטרוגים והדינים כמו שכתוב ברשת חוכמה שער האב בפרק י"ג על פסוק והביטח בהשם חסד יסובבנו שהחסד יקיפנו ויסתירנו מכל בעל דבר, מכל בעל דין וינצל מכל ניגי העולם חולו והוא בחינת חסד העתיק ימין הנקרא רב חסד שמאיר בלי גבול ומידו דהיינו אף על פי שאין האדם ראוי כלל. And these are things that the Rebbe writes again and again in letters to people who are not well, in the famous Sichens in Lekutei Siches Lamed Vav wegen Tracht gut wird sein gut. All of these in Yonim, the nicht nur the Nekuda, but the Choivas muss sein der Ingen von Bitochen bei Hashem und das bringt, als man soll sein gesund bei Poel Mamish. I also want to share something which is very, 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 very important. I don't know if I said enough times. Achutz them, as we all know, we see in the Rebbe Zikris and we know of answers of the Rebbe. That if people weren't well, chas v'shalom, or there was other inyanim, the Rebbe gesagt, b'dikis hat tefillin v'hamezuzas. I heard from my uncle, Rebbe Label, Olav Shalom. There came a time, which was around Tafshin Nun, that the Rebbe told Maskiris, that if somebody calls up to ask for a bracha, for a refuah shleima, number one, the first thing you do is, you tell them in my name, says the Rebbe, that they have to be beidik tefillin and mezuzahs if they didn't do it in the past 12 months. The first thing you tell them is the hira of the dikas ha-tefillin v'ha-mezuzahs. After that, you write down their name on the zettel to give me, and on that zettel you write that you gave over the hira wegen b'dikas ha-tefillin v'ha-mezuzahs. He told me the story that there was one time he took a pack of zettlach to take into the Rebbe, And he was about to leave the office when the phone rang. So he went to pick up the phone, and there was somebody on the phone asking for a bracha for a refuah shleima. So he told him the Rebbe's Hira. He told him the Rebbe's Hira, and then he took down the name and he wrote down the name. But he was going right away into the Rebbe's room. He didn't write down that he gave over the Hira. When he came into the Rebbe's room and he gave the zettlach, and the Rebbe saw that zettel, he says, "Was ist mit Bedikas Hatfilin v'Hamezuzas?" So he says, "Ich habe mir Bibel gegeben," and I told him about it. He says, the Rebbe says, "Aber du hast nicht verschrieben auf den Zettel. You didn't write it down." He said, "It just happened a minute ago." So the Rebbe said, "Schreib es herab jetzt." He's in the Rebbe's room. He told it over to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe told him he has to write down on the zettel that he gave over, "When again Bedikas Hatfilin v'Hamezuzas." This is a davar hachi noigeya mit gesehen mamish Yeshuas and refuas and nisim l'mayla mit arachat teva, when there was the inyan from Bedikas Hatfilin v'Hamezuzas. One story which happened about a year ago, somebody contacted me about somebody who was a kid was unwell, and I told over wegen, tell the parents to check mezuzahs. So they gave over, "Oh yeah, we were going to do it, thank you for reminding." And the next two, and there was a very serious situation. And the next, a few days, mamish, 2 days later, I get back a message and a picture of the mezuzah, the bedroom of that child. His name is Shimon, and the shin and the mem of Shema was abgemekt. Not completely, but almost. And Posel mamish. And of course they replaced the mezuzah. And then when it came a few days later, he had to have the treatment. They said, the doctors, please make a test again. They made a test, and they went crazy. They don't have to do the treatment. And it was very serious treatment. Ukoheno rabbis. The Nochazach, which people don't know, is only shdarfen, but oib chas v'sholem, see somebody is in the hospital, in the base of the refuah, the Rebbe Ruftes. The Rebbe said it's kedai that there should be a mezuzah beduke, which is kiss besoich kiss, double wrapping, near the patient in the hospital. I suggest also that it should be written, it's in an envelope, I suggest this because sometimes the hospitals don't realize what it is and they can throw it away. You write on it, "Holy Scroll, please treat with respect the mashu kazeh." I want to finish with a story which I heard, and it's a emes hamaaseh. Maybe people here know this story. Them that menendik in this part. In Tovshin Memvav, those who remember that the Rebbe had very bad pain in his leg, sciatica pain. And the Rebbe was very, very painful for the Rebbe to walk. The Rebbe only came downstairs for the Farbrengen. It started around Parshas Vayakel. Vayakel is usually Shabbos Mevorachim. The Rebbe came downstairs only for Farbrengen. Exactly the details nicht again, but it was very painful for the Rebbe to walk, and the Rebbe davened upstairs even Shabbos. Even Shabbos. Pesach was approaching. Erev Pesach is the Yom HaLedes from the Rambam. This was in Tovshin Memvav, right? So in those, the Rebbe started Limud HaRambam in Tovshin Memdaled. So the Rebbe hat sich gemacht a Sturm wegen Limud HaRambam. So a Yid with a few bucks, wie man sagt, a paar dollar, gehat a Hamzoah. He called up Rav Levi Bisritzki Olav Hasholem in Tzfas, and he said, as Azoivi Erev Pesach is the Yom HaLedes from the Rambam, and the Rebbe Sturm mit dem Rambam, Yom HaLedes from the Rambam, so he said he would like that a minyan from Yungalait from Tzfas should go to Tveria to the Tzion from the Rambam, and he'll give $100 to each one who's going to go. Und wir soll dort davenen und ausbeten von Rebbe beim Rambam in der Schuss the Rambam, the Rebbe's koch in Rambam, as the Rebbe soll haben a refuah. And he got younger light to go. And afterwards he called up. He spoke to my uncle what they did. And my uncle told the Rebbe, minion of younger light went zum Rambam zu davenen von Rebbe's gesund. The Rebbe then said, Azoivi, bis gewähnt bei der Räufe HaGodel, der Rambam, wird man heint bei Nacht, das was Erev Pesach, wird man heint bei Nacht davenen unten in Shul. And from then on, everything went back to normal. So you do how many brachas the Rebbe said, kommt von lernen Chitas in alle Inyanim und gesund, und euchet in Limud HaRambam, there are many stories. The Ebish soll helfen, as wie der Friediger, as the Kopf ist gesund, is the Guf gesund, wir sollen sein gesund und Peul sein und Mamschich sein, als der Rebbe soll das Galle werden, und man soll sich sehen mit dem Rebbe da Lemata und der Guf, wo hu ich allein und mir Yad Mama schnell. L'chaim.